this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. We're looking at the MACDs, the moving averages and the day's support, resistance and pivot levels. It is Monday, 25th of January. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against the US dollar, we're looking at the hourly candlesticks, particularly bullish start to the morning here for Bitcoin. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid the pivot at 32,168 and break through the 23.6% fib at 33,008 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 33,326. Barring a selling crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 33,500 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, could see Bitcoin test resistance at 35,000 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 34,331. Fall through the pivot level would bring the first major support level sitting at 31,163 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should steer clear of the second major support level sitting at 30,005. Looking at the MACD, we've got a bullish cross this morning supporting this early morning rally. On the EMAs, we're also seeing the 50 move towards the 100 and the 200, signaling further upside through the morning. So key through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot at 32,168 and break through the 23.6% fib at 33,008 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and support levels would come into play. Moving across to Ethereum against the US dollar, particularly bullish start to the morning here. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid the pivot at 1339 to take another run at the first major resistance level, so at 1457. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break out from this morning's high, 1454.8. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside on the day. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ethereum test resistance at 1550 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 1520. A fall through the pivot would bring the first major support level sitting at 1277 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should steer well clear of the 23.6% fib at 1119. Second major support level at 1159 should limit the downside. Looking at the MACD, we've got a marked widening of the bullish histogram after yesterday's late bullish cross, supporting this early breakout. On the EMAs, we're also seeing the 50 pull away from the 100 and the 200, suggesting a further upside ahead. So key through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot at 1339 and break out from the morning high 1454.8 to then break out from that first major resistance level to bring 1500 levels into play. Failure to do that, and you could see a pullback to bring support levels into play. Moving across to Litecoin against the US dollar, also bullish this morning. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid the pivot at 139.21 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 144.55. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Litecoin to break back through the morning high 143.15. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance of 145 to cap any upside. In the event of breakout, should see Litecoin test resistance at 150 before any pullback. We've got the 23.6% fib at 148 and the second major resistance level at 148 to also test Litecoin on the way up. A fall through the pivot level would bring the first major support level 135.48 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should stay clear of the second major support level, so at 130.44. Looking at the MACD, we've got a widening of the bullish histogram after yesterday's late bullish cross, supporting the early upside. On the EMA, we're also seeing the 50 close in on the 100 and the 200, supporting upside through the morning. So key through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot at 139.21, break back through the morning high 143.15 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will be in play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, tracking the broader market. Positive start to the day. Going to need to see Ripple's XRP avoid the pivot at 0.2732. So take a run at the first major resistance level at 0.2783. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ripple's XRP to break out from yesterday's high that was at 0.27789. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 0.28 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, Should see Ripple's XRP test resistance at 0.29 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 0.2830. A fall through the pivot level would bring the first major support level sitting at 0.2684 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should avoid the second major support level that's sitting at 0.2633. Looking at the MACD, we've got a bullish cross this morning, supporting this early morning upside. On the EMAs, slight narrowing of the 50 on the 100 and the 200, also supporting the bullish start to the day. So key through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot at 0.2732 and break out from yesterday's high. It was at 0.27789 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that, and you'll get support levels in play.